Now let's understand deeper the words of Reshit bara Elokim et hashamayim v'et haaretz. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. What God did was He created garments. He created garments for the garments even. He created a total of actually 3 garments, mainly. And we'll understand this in a moment. As the Torah continues, it says, "Haaretz ha'tetohu v'vohu v'choshech al pnei tahom v'ruach Elokim rachevet al pnei hamayim." Again, the earth was tohu v'vohu, was empty and void, and darkness was on the face of the tahom, the deep, and the Spirit of Hashem, our God, was hovering over the face of the water. Now again, there's nowhere where it says the creation of water. This is very important to know that, because water in everything is a mashal. It's a representation of a much deeper concept. And mayim itself, we're going to find out, is also a garment. It's a garment for the 2 names of Ma. It is, again, for the names of God. And again, we'll explore that, or we have explored that before. So let's get back. So when it says after that, it talks about then the creation of the Rakia. We know the Rakia is, in fact, the Shemayim. Concerning this, the text says again, "Vayomer Elohim yehi Rakia betoch hamayim, vayhi magdol bein mayim l'mayim. Vayas Elohim et harakia v'yavdil bein hamayim asher mitachat l'rakia ubein hamayim asher mi'al l'rakia, vayhi chen. Vayikra Elohim l'rakia shamayim, vayhi erev vayhi boker yom sheni." What does all that mean? Simply text, it means that God said, "Let there be the rakia, a firmament in the midst of the water, and let it be a separation between mayim and mayim, water and water." And God made the firmament, and it was separated between the water that was below the firmament or the rakia and the water that was above the rakia or the expanse or the firmament. And by Hichain, and it was so. And then we see that Hashem, God, called the firmament Shemayim, the heaven, and it was evening, it was morning, the 2nd day. Very strange. And again, we have double meaning. We have the garment. The first garment is the Shemayim. Second one is Haaretz. These are 2 different entities. Again, everything was created for unity. Therefore, we have the Shemayim and the Haaretz. Now, the Shemayim is here called originally, or was it, which is called the Rakia. And what about the Haaretz? The Haaretz, we're going to find out, is actually called the Yabasha. And the Mayim later on changes to Yamim. So therefore, these 3 garments are clothed with garments. But why? So as we continue, well, it says later on, it says, "Vayomer Elohim yikavu hamayim mitachat hashamayim el makom echad tera'eh hayabasha vayhi chen." And God said, "Let the water that is beneath the heavens gather into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. "Vayikra Elohim hayabasha eretz, ulemikveh hamayim kara yamim, vayar Elohim ki tov." And God saw that it was good. So there's a lot of questions that we have to ask about this all. And again, everything is divinely inspired and serves a purpose and teaches us something much deeper, much more important. So we have, again, first God separating the waters from the rakia. Therefore, we have the higher waters and we have the lower waters. What are the waters also? The waters represent a very special secret, or sod. They represent also the supernal 70 holy souls of Bnei Yisrael, of the children of Israel, or Am Yisrael, more proper. Just as there were 70 souls below, there were first 70 souls above. These 70 souls represent the collective consciousness. These 70 souls are actually referred to as the Ziknei Yisrael, which are the elders of Israel. Again, therefore the number being 70. Therefore the word Vayehi Chen plays a key role because the gematria of the word Chen is 70. A further indication of this. What's important is that the Torah tells us, and the text says over there very, very clearly, it says over there, Yikavu hamayim mitachat hashamayim el makom echad. Everything has to be The water has to be in one place. Makom echad. Echad is the gematria of 13, which means one, unification. When that happens, then B'terah hayabasha, then is the Yabasha seen. And it was so. In other words, the Yabasha, which means dry, actually serves the purpose of creation, and that's the expression of the purpose. The purpose can only be manifest when you have the mikveh mayim, when you have this water gathered in unity in one place, which is again a reminiscent of when God tells Moshe Rabbeinu, tells Moses, as it is, V'asafta, Lech v'asafta et ziknei Yisrael. Gather, go and gather the 70 elders, or gather the elders of Israel. Why was so important about gathering the elders of Israel? We see later on it doesn't play a major important role, or does it? Reality, of course, it does play a very big role. And therefore we see that when Moshe says to God that I'm going to come and they're not going to believe me, and they're going to ask me what is God's name, it's going to be a problem. And Moshe didn't want to do the job for this, also for this reason. But Hashem gave signs to Moshe Rabbeinu, and these signs were there to show the Ziknei Yisrael, the elders of Israel, that God did in fact come to Moshe Rabbeinu and told him, Hakarti, time for redemption. The time has arrived. This was a prerequisite. Having the elders of Israel, the Ziknei Yisrael, gathered together. This then fit the divine pattern above. Now, we can also see from the words of Ulamikveh Hamayim Kora Yamim, this gathering of the waters he called Yamim. The gematria of these words together is 683. This is very significant because this is the gematria of the entire words of the Torah, or not the entire words, but all the mitzvot of the Torah, which is 613, which is the entire purpose of the Torah, the fulfillment of the mitzvot, in order to have God's dwelling here in this world. Now, you take 613, and then you add 70 to it, which is the Ziknei Yisrael, where the collective consciousness of Am Yisrael is being infused from the Torah, then you get 683, which then reflects the entire purpose of the creation, which is again, B'terah hayabasha, to actually have the dry land appear. Why is it dry? What is the land? Land, again, is the purpose of the creation. The dry land gives reminiscent to the pasuk of Sama Nafshi in the Tehillim that was said by David HaMelech. What does that mean? It means that my soul thirsts for you, God. And this is very, very important because why is it thirsting? It's thirsting for the closeness. It's thirsting for the water. Although it wasn't covered in water, it's still not enough. The water has to actually be, or what it thirsts for is the connection, the closeness at a much higher level of God himself, or the presence of that manifestation of the highest revelation of God that will appear in the end of days. Concerning this, it says later on, and this is in Habakkuk, there's a quote from the pasuk there. It says, Ki timale haaretz lada'at et kavod Adonai kamayim yachasu al hayam. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge, the da'at, of the glory of God, as the waters cover the yam, cover the sea. Now, if you look over here, you'll see that what? You see that you have the word kavod. And this is the knowledge, this is the da'at, this is the connection that we yearn for. This is the reason that we were created, was for the sake of having this knowledge and da'at, because it is the da'at that brings us closer to God. And that, again, is the purpose of creation. Therefore, we can understand deeper the reason of the Eitz Hada'at that was created, that man was supposed to eat, but ate from prematurely. Again, we can explain that later on. Now we can also understand the words in the Tehillim when David HaMelech says, from Tehillim, when he said, Tzama l'chon nafshi. What does he want to see? It says, Kain bakodesh chazitecha l'rot uzecha uchvodecha. Is I saw you in the Kodesh, so do I long to see your strength, your might, and your glory. The word uchvodecha. Again, this is the secret and the connection in Habakkuk, when it says over there again, Ki tamalach ha'aretz lada'at et kevod Hashem, which again is that the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of God. It can't be filled just with God because everything is already filled with God. But we're talking about the knowledge of understanding and seeing the kavod of Hashem, which is His majesty, which is the level that we're able to comprehend.